Greetings, Crocodile Army, how's it going? So, I am finally going to Scandinavia, as promised. That is coming up this Friday. I'm leaving for Scandinavia. I'm going to be arriving in Copenhagen on the morning of Saturday, the 8th of September. And I'm going to be in Copenhagen for 3 nights, and then on the 11th I'm going to Malmö, Sweden for 1 night, and then I'm going to Stockholm, Sweden for 4 nights, and then coming home on Sunday the 16th. Now, in each of the 3 cities that I'm going to be in, there's going to be 1 night where I'm going to be out somewhere at a pub, restaurant, whatever. All of the info is going to be in the info bar on this video. And any updates or anything like that, that'll be in the info bar in this video. As of right now, as I make this video, I already pretty much figured out where I'm going to be in Malmö and also in Stockholm. Copenhagen is the only place that I do not know yet exactly where I'm going to be, so I need to talk to some of you Copenhagen folks. And I know the other video where I talked about Copenhagen and all that, about Scandinavia, I know there were a couple people that mentioned you were in Copenhagen, so I need to find you guys again and figure out where the best place to go would be. Yeah, I've been to Scandinavia before, and I was there in 2007 with Mrs. Zaunstar, and this one, though, is just a solo trip, and I had a whole bunch of miles and points and stuff like that, so I just figured I'd take a little extra trip, and Mrs. Zaunstar didn't have the time off of work or whatever, and we just went to Scotland anyway, as those of you who've been been watching my videos know, and so I'm just taking this little 8-day trip myself, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope to see a lot of interesting things and meet a bunch of interesting people from Scandinavia. And whether you're interesting or not, I don't even care. Come to the meetups and say hello, have a beer with me, or have one of those pear Kupperberg things, you know, that are really good. You can get in Sweden. Those are very tasty. And what else? Oh yes, the other thing is next summer, probably in June, Mrs. Zaunstar and I are going to go to Ireland. And we're going to take a tour company that we've actually taken before, Go Ahead Tours, and if I can get together a total of 14 people, that is 12 people plus Mrs. Zaunstar and I, we can actually have a private tour, meaning that it's only going to be people that are on this tour that know me somehow through something. And whether it be YouTube or family of mine or for other friends I know from other places. And if you're interested in that, please let me know. Send me a message on YouTube or make a comment or whatever, and let's make it happen. None of this stuff, of course, has anything to do with all the other topics that I normally talk about. This is purely about just love of travel. And for those of you that have never been outside the country before, or have never been to Europe, I'd say Ireland is a great place to start, because it's a place where they actually speak English, so that's easy. And it's also a place that is not as far from the United States as most other countries in Europe, so it's a little easier to get to. It's an 11-day trip, and yeah, there is some expense involved. It'll be somewhere in the few $1,000s range per person for plane and the actual land tour. But it's a fair amount cheaper, of course, if it's just a land tour. So if you're in the area, and if you're in Europe already and want to come with me, I'm pretty sure that's possible as well. So, and that would be quite a bit cheaper for you. So let me know, and let the European travels begin again.